Hey guys, you're welcome once more to my YouTube channel. Today, let's talk about the differences in men and women. I've counseled a couple of people, and I realized that wives don't understand what their husbands can do and what they cannot do, and so sometimes it brings a lot of problems and misunderstanding. Okay, so what are some of those things that women should not even expect men to do them or do them well? There are some things that you should just know so that you don't get angry maybe at what they're not why they're not doing that thing or why they're not doing it well and stuff. So please, if you're still new, if you're new on my platform, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos, okay? And then like and share. Now let's talk about some of those things. what what women shouldn't expect. Don't expect a man to keep things in order the way you do them. A man can have a glass of water in the kitchen, while holding the glass of water, takes it to the sitting room, have a drink, leave the glass on the table, sometimes maybe even on the floor or anywhere in the sitting room, and then go their way. Sometimes you might think they're just doing it knowingly to annoy you, to make you angry. But guess what? They're not even aware of what they're doing. They are not even aware. So don't expect them to keep things in order. Now, for example, you might have a particular place where you keep maybe eating spoons. You might have a particular place where you keep cups, maybe dishes, plates. You might have all of those things. Now, if your husband happens to enter the kitchen, for example, and touch one of those things, seriously, don't expect him to put it back on that same place. If you expect that, you're just going to get disappointed. Okay, because as he's taking that thing, let's say, okay, he came into the kitchen to do his breakfast by himself. So don't expect that he's going to take maybe a bottle of salt and use the salt and keep it back where it's supposed to be. Sometimes they don't have that mind, their mind is not just so focused on those things like we women we do. They can come and use the salt, keep it anywhere else. Sometimes they might even hold a cooking spoon, answer a call, go to the sitting room, put the cooking spoon there in the sitting room, and even forget. So don't expect men to put things in order the way you as a woman you do. Like, you get really disappointed. Okay, then don't expect him to carry out house chores exactly the way you do. He wasn't fabricated for that. A woman can, there are men that are good at some key things about house chores, but women are the ones that really do a lot on house chores. So sometimes you might expect the man to take time to wash dishes, to be pure, superb, clean, the way you take your time to wash them. Let me tell you something. Sometimes my husband washes dishes and forgets to rinse the savon. You come at midday, he's washing those dishes like that, his head is calculating. One thing about men is that men think a lot. Men are logical. While they're doing whatever they're doing, yes, they're thinking of how they can make more money. They're thinking of that business deal. They're thinking of that person maybe they have to collect money from. They're thinking about a lot of things. That the reasons why they can start doing something that is not within their power to do or within their ability to do. They can help you do them, but they cannot do it properly like you take your time to concentrate and do it. So like I told you, I'm giving you an example. My husband can wash dishes and keep them with, they're soapy. I come and I'm like, what happened here? Did you forget to rinse? Did you forget to rinse the dishes? How can you forget to rinse? So at first it used to be a problem, but I got to realize that that's just how men are. Sometimes a man will open the fridge, drink water, take maybe a glass of cold water from the fridge, drink, and forget to close the fridge. Or sometimes they close it and they don't close it properly. Yes. Sometimes they can go to the toilet and poo. and forget to flush the toilet. I'm telling you things that nobody will tell you. These are things that men do them. They are not conscious of them. Most men do them, they are not conscious. As they are putting there, maybe from that point that as they're putting, they're thinking of that business deal, they're thinking of something that is they're going to strike that can add to the family income. Immediately as they finish from the toilet, they wash their hands, they are going. They even forget that they've not flushed. So a man's head is always busy. Okay? So, and if you really expect him to like be responsible, like, you know, meet up with everything that concerns house chores, you might really get it wrong. Okay? Then don't expect him to multitask. Women have that grace to manage a lot of things at the same time. A woman can be cleaning the floor, mopping. At the same time, she's cooking. At the same time, she's taking care of the baby. But when a man is watching football, don't even talk about anything that is important to him, because he will not hear. So a woman can multitask, but a man can't. Once a man is doing something, his mind is focused on that thing alone. So if you expect him to, like, okay, he's watching football, hey, yes, FC Barcelona, this, and then you are like telling him very key, serious things. Baby, do you know that this person did this? Oh, we needed to do this. You're wasting your time. Finish and ask him to recount what you've said. He will not give you one sentence. So once you see a man focused on something, allow him to finish before you can discuss key things with him. Especially when it comes to football, don't even go you there. Let him finish watching his football, and then you can now bring up important things. Okay? So don't expect him to multitask. Then don't expect a man to stay hungry because the children have not eaten. See, women, we are mothers, we are carers. That's how God has created us. A man can eat here and even fight food and forget that the child needs more food. But the woman will see the food, that the food is not enough, and choose to say that let the child eat the food because the food is not enough, and she can go hungry. But don't expect a man to do that. Don't expect a man to do that. You get really, really disappointed. Then when you keep a child with a man, I'm just giving you some few tips, okay? When you keep a child with a man, don't expect him to follow up everything the child is doing. It's not in their system. Sometimes I've had cases where counseling cases where the woman is like, I left the child with my husband, came back, the child has poured water everywhere on the floor, and he was not even aware of it. Another lady said she left the child with the husband, and the child has not eaten, and the husband forgot that the child has to eat. So some of these things we are capable of doing them. We women, we are capable of doing them. See, don't just expect some men to really handle some of these things. So if you keep a child with a man and you want to come and ask, we can have a rundown of everything the child did when he or she was with us, right? We women. But the man can barely tell you. As he's sitting there watching his football, he's not even aware of what is happening to the child. So that's that. Okay. I'm going to give you more tips, but in the nearest future. So please don't go without subscribing, without liking, and sharing. Thank you very much. I am Mrs. Asanji Yvette, your family therapist, relationship and marriage coach.